Yo, we're recording, back again. What's happening, everybody? It's Nomad222. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am an artist, hip-hop performer. I make music, I put it out. I got an album that's rolling out right now. It's called the Nomadic Deluxe on all streaming platforms. I've got one song dropping every single Friday for 17 weeks straight. And this started 2 to 3 weeks ago. The third track is dropping tonight at midnight. So make sure you guys check that out. That song's called Life and Times. Once again, Nomad222. This is my channel, and we are documenting the whole process to see how it goes. Ultimately, my goal in this entire journey is to become a full-time artist. And look, the chances of that happening in just 17 weeks are, pretty slim, but we've seen quicker success stories happen before. So who knows what's going to happen, but at the same time, I'm in it for the long haul. I've been taking this career seriously since 2015, so damn near a decade in this game of trying to make it as an independent artist and really do this thing full time. I know it's not impossible. I've had my fair share of challenges, including, being a father and trying to maintain that balance of fatherhood, family life, being a good partner, being a good father, as well as trying to make it in this industry. So it has been a little bit of a struggle, but at the same time, we're still here. Come way too far to give up now. But yeah, that's just a little bit about me in a nutshell. Some other things that might be notable. I've been on TikTok Live with Timbaland. I've performed with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra at the Sydney Mine Music Bowl. I've done a couple things. I've done a couple things that a lot of people can't say that they have in their lifetime. So with that being said, I don't know. I didn't mean to jump on here and feel like I needed to, show my credentials or anything like that. I'm really here to talk about the release and how that's looking. And this is the third video that we've made in this series. So if you haven't seen the first two, make sure you go check that out. It's been really cool. I'm tracking the analytics that are important to me to measure just how successful this album rollout has been. And I actually feel like in the first two episodes of this whole thing, it's been a little bit more about the mindset and the rationale behind doing this whole release plan this way. But it hasn't been so much about what's actually going into it. So I kind of want to break that down a little bit more. But the first thing I want to do is go through the analytics so far. So I started tracking the analytics the day before the first release, which was Jokes on You. And that was on the 8th of August, 2024. And today is the 22nd of August, 2024. So I'm going to compare that first week to this past week as of tonight. So starting with Spotify monthly listeners, we started week one at 51 listeners, and we're currently at 139. And remember from that first video, my goal is 4 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Big jump. Obviously, we started at 51, so it's pretty crazy to think about 4 million potential monthly listeners, but we're at 139 this week. So definitely a jump, over 50%, more than 100% increase. Spotify total streams started at 5,632. We're now at 5,954. Not a big jump, but still increase. We're making gains. Spotify followers, we were at 173. We're now at 178. So we're still up. Playlist ads, we went from 280 to 293. So shout out to everybody who's adding it to their own personal playlists. Really, really appreciate that. We're still on 2 daily listeners at Apple Music, which is, it's still, at least it hasn't dipped. We're still up, still at the same thing. It's been 2 every week so far, and it's week 3 right now. Apple total streams, we've gone up to 7.6 from 7.5 thousand. So that's cool. Instagram followers, we've had an increase. So we started this at 4,111. Last week, we actually dropped down to 4,104, but now we're back up to 4,121. So that's 10 more followers from week 1. And, more, obviously more new followers from last week too. So shout out to everyone who's jumping on and supporting the journey. In terms of Instagram engagement, our engagement rate started at 66.9%, and now we're at 451.3%, which is crazy. And I chalk that up to more consistent output of content. You know, we've been posting consistently at least once every single day since the first release, since the 8th of August. And now it's the 22nd. That's over, you know, over 14 days for sure. my math off the top's not great, but I know that, yeah, every day we've been consistently posting. So obviously there's going to be a little bit more to engage with it. It'll increase the engagement rate, right? So that's cool. TikTok followers. We started at 5,224, which was already pretty solid. And now we're at 5,230. Not a big jump, but again, still a jump. Our engagement rate has gone down, but compared to the first week, you know, we started at 994.4%. And then last week we had 2,718%. And now we're at 2,055%. So it's still a lot higher than that first week, you know, at least over 100% higher. But compared to last week, we have taken a little bit of a dip. I'm not too sure what's going on with TikTok. Like, the algorithm hasn't been as favorable as it has been in the past, and it's something that I'm definitely noticing. I think it's got a lot to do with the type of content that's being put out, but compared to other platforms, like, it's been really difficult to make any ends meet there. But by far the most difficult platform for us at the moment is YouTube. We just managed to gain some new subscribers since the first week. We were sitting at 467 for the past 2 weeks, and now we're at 471, which is cool. But one thing that I'm not tracking in this, but I do see on the back end of YouTube Studio, is the analytics and the views and the likes and things like that. And a lot of the same posts that I'm making on Instagram and TikTok that I'm also repurposing for YouTube Shorts are not getting the same amount of engagement on YouTube as the other ones. And I think I brought this up in the last video. So I use a platform called Planoly to schedule all of my posts and have them sent out automatically on each day, so that I don't have to worry about having to pull my phone out during the day and remember a time and have alarms set so that I can post at a certain time. It's already set up, ready to go, scheduled. It happens automatically. So that takes care of posting to Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. The problem with that is that for some reason, the posts that go up on YouTube Shorts, they all get posted as private videos when I need them to be public. So I think that's having some sort of effect on the amount of reach it's able to get organically, because I do have to manually go into YouTube Studio and then change it from private to public. So I think there's something there, but at the same time, like, obviously we've made an increase. I have been pushing the long form content that I've been posting on socials as well. So I've been making more of a concentrated effort to, you know, take screenshots and screen recordings of my videos that are going up, of my live performances or my visualizers or my lyric videos, and putting them in my Instagram story with the link, encouraging people to tap on it and go into the other app and things like that. And I do think I'm seeing some conversion there. Just this past week alone, I think my first video like this, where I'm breaking down what we're doing with this whole album release, I think it's still getting traction today, which is really cool to see. So shout out to everybody that's going out and watching the first videos. Shout out to everybody that's watching last week's video, and even just keeping up with the rest of it. Like the We On lyric video and the visualizer, those are getting a little bit more traction too. So yeah, we're going a little bit off topic there, but that's the analytics for week 3. I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty happy that it's still moving at a steady incline at the moment. We're still climbing. Again, it's not the massive jumps that, you know, we're aspiring to. Like, you know, for example, my goal for YouTube at the moment is just 1,000 subscribers. And it's because I knew that the subscriber climb was going to be difficult, just based off the fact that I've had this channel for damn near 10 years and we're still under 500 subscribers. But I know we're going to get there. We're just making a bit more of a concentrated effort. And apologies if I sound out of breath. I guess I've been a little bit on edge today. It's been a pretty busy day, a rewarding day though. And I kind of want to get into that right now about, you know, what else has been going on and what some of my plans are, because I feel like I've been very concentrated on this release, but I'm actually really excited about some of the work that I've been doing and some of the things that I've been planning and are really excited about rolling out in the near future. And namely, it's things like what I'm doing with We Move. And for those of you who don't know what We Move is essentially, you know, my brand, my company outside of Nomad222. And it's something that I've wanted to get started for the longest time. It's just taken many different shapes and many different forms. Most of you will probably be well acquainted with the most recent iteration of it, which included a content creation company or a production company. In the past 12 months, I was working with two really talented artists in their own right, in Chad Fury and Dietrich Hedig, to create content that helped uplift emerging acts and early career artists. Like we had a series on YouTube called Red Door Sessions. We have 2 seasons out. I think it's like 14 episodes all up that are out there in the world on YouTube. Make sure you go check that out. We had like Vina and Nyasha and Remedy, Strictly DT, Young Shogun. We had so many different artists. Claria Boss even performed on there. I had an episode, but where we would bring them into the space to film themselves performing a live rendition of their songs and put it out there as content. And that was something that we were trying to get started. I personally, under the banner of We Move, produced 3 live music events last year, and that was really cool. And we talked a big game. The issue is that, you know, we've kind of since parted ways with each other. Everyone's kind of doing their own thing. Dietrich's moved back to New Zealand, and he's doing some really incredible work with Rugby 101. If you haven't heard of Rugby 101, I strongly urge you guys to check it out. They're changing the game for rugby and really reinvigorating the sport and doing big things. But yeah, he's moved over there, and you know, I'm limited in terms of my artistic capabilities and what I can do. So, and Chad Fury, aka Sonny Malone, is doing his own thing as well, working with Et al, another producer. Et al is both of them combined. It's a hard thing to explain when it's not me, but if you want to check them out on Instagram, I think it's __ET__AL. Check it out, check them out. They're doing some really incredible work, and shout out to them as well. It's all love. We all parted ways like amicably, but me personally, I'm trying to still understand what We Move can be now. And for me, what I'm envisioning We Move as is essentially a community outreach and artist development program. You know, I've been doing a lot of work within schools. Me and another artist named Vina, we've created a program called Be Free and another program called Platform Live. And Be Free is essentially an introductory music program, incursions program, where we go into schools around Victoria and we help kids who've, you know, never had much experience with music, or, you know, always been a little bit interested in music, to work with a group of kids to create a piece of music that they can put out on YouTube, and we can help them to record it professionally with a mic and an interface. And we're currently working with a producer named JBN, who's jumped on board, and he's a really valuable addition to the team. But yeah, with that being said, it's just about combating antisocial behaviors, and it's about creating an inclusive space and culture around music, and also just sparking that flame to maybe pursue music outside of school, you know. And that's where Platform comes in, because Platform's sort of our intermediate program, and we've ran one pilot of it successfully, and we've had artists like Stasi, and we've had Oyo Hana, Silas Gay, Hope, a bunch of different artists come through that program. And, you know, some of them had never performed solo before or at all, and now they're doing big things in their own right. And we played a small minor part in their journey, but just being able to have the privilege of working with artists like that and hopefully inspiring them and encouraging them to continue to pursue music on that level, that's essentially what platform's all about. If you've maybe got some sort of interest within the creative field, then hopefully we can help you to pursue that. And we're actively evolving the program and trying to reimagine like what it can be at its max potential. And we really think that there's a lot of potential for that program to be even bigger than just live music upskilling and things like that. But that's what we've done in the pilot, and we're looking at what that can be. But essentially, we want to have We Move become an initiative that through 3 separate programs, with a beginner program, intermediate program, and an advanced program, we can support artists on all levels. And it also is like a double-edged sword where, these programs are actually ran by working artists that are still kind of trying to figure it out. And it allows them to earn an income doing work that's fulfilling and rewarding, and also allows them to sharpen their own skills and stay active within that field, while at the same time freeing up their time a little bit, just a little bit, because they're still working in these programs and earning an income. But it frees up their time a little bit more than a typical 9-to-5, so that they have a little bit more time to dedicate to the craft and building their own profile and raising the awareness around their brand and things like that. So we're kind of developing these artists at the same time as we're developing the new generation. So there's kind of that cyclical synergy there where we're working with artists who are trying to make it right now, taking them into the schools to develop new artists. And while their stock is rising, these guys are preparing to take on that next role, so that by the time these guys are ready to jump up and go to the next level, these guys are now ready to take over and grab the torch, grab the baton off them and run the marathon on their behalf when they move on to their next chapter. So in theory, it sounds pretty cool, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But essentially, that's what we're working on at the moment. Right now, we are running Be Free at a school in Truganina. I'll refrain from putting it on camera at the moment, but it's a really dope school. We got some really dope kids. We ran something in Point Cook late last year as well. So this is our second school of 2, and it was a pilot. And yeah, we've gotten a lot of great feedback. These kids are super talented and super interested, and we feel really fulfilled in the fact that, we kind of had a chance to work with these kids and hopefully spark a flame. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling on about that. If you guys want to know more about that, please let me know in the comments. If you guys want to talk more about the album, again, let me know in the comments. Like this video, share it around, subscribe to the channel, please. Like I said, our goal for YouTube is 1,000 subscribers. Follow me on all the socials and all of that. My songs are out now. And if you want to buy my entire album right now so you can listen to the whole thing without having to wait for the next one every single week, you can go to even.biz, find my album, the Nomadic Deluxe, run it up, pay what you want. Actually, you can pay whatever you want, whether it's $1, $2, $5, whatever you think the album is worth. You can pay that and you can own my entire album. We've made 4 sales so far, and it's the equivalent to 38K streams, just over that, which is crazy in my mind, because we've only done X amount of streams so far. I said it earlier in the video. I'm rambling at this point, but if you want to buy my album, you can pay for whatever you want on even.biz. I'm Nomad222. We're gonna make it. We got a bunch more weeks left, a bunch more episodes. I appreciate you guys for watching this far. It's damn near 20 minutes once again, but it's all love. And if you're out there, I just want to remind you guys that as much as you are an asset, you're a human first. And don't forget to put your mental health first. And yeah, much love. Let's go.